I think that will work over there. Great day, everyone. Let me just make sure everything is streaming properly. All right, that is good on YouTube. Let's go here. There's somebody hanging off of my mouse. All right. Here we go. Let's put this, ooh la la, scan. All right, let's keep that going. All right, let's put that over here. Oh yeah, I just need that going once. All right, let's spin that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's get some tunes going. I've been enjoying like Hawaiian music lately. I think it is because of the Stitch movie. I don't know if anybody out there has kids. Let's see. All right, I see some. All right, so I see TikTok is working. I see Twitter is working. YouTube is working. Let me check on Twitch. Hey, the sound. Okay, cool. Hold on. Let's get this. Can you hear? S-O-U-N as a stock or as the sound? All right, let's go to right here. You're talking about S-O-U-N. I was looking up KNW. So KNW is the biggest mover today, 4.79 million. There's something going on with my computer with the mouse. Usually when that happens, I have to clean up my computer. All right. So I will add S-O-N, S-O-U-N. All right. Now that, see, now it's working. No issue. Beautiful. Welcome. Great day to you all. All right. 1, 2. There we go. All the chats should be together. Beautiful. All right, let's check out first thing. Let's set this up over here. Today is the 9th. That is a 5 energy for the day. So we are seeing that we are up, right? Overall for the indexes, also the futures, right? We have circle moving to the upside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this here and delete that. We're going to leave that. We're definitely going to check out. Let's check out where Tessie is right now. Okay, we'll check it out for sure. For sure. Okay, so Tesla, we got to take it down. Not advancing. They might have been selling at 285 zone. You can see they brought it down to test it. That was on my watch as well as NVDA for Angela Miles. NVIDIA moving to the upside, right? Oop. Okay, 23.4 billion here. Let's go. The daily point of control is up at 141.67. We will check out. All right. Ooh. Let's see. Let's go to percent change. I want to check this out. So Circle is the biggest one with 15% change. Ion X. Let's check out the float on Ion X today. Ion Q ETF. Beautiful. We'll book to Ion Q. There we go. I feel like Ion Q is a heavily manipulated big money. But look, they sold at 46 from earnings. So we'll keep that in mind. Are they going to take it up there to sell more? Point of control 4607. Coin and MicroStrategy on the list today. To the upside. Coin, we are still below the big money. Look, they took it up there. They sold more. Boom. And now maybe they're going to take it up. We have broken out of a trend. You guys can see it, I'm sure. Boom. First day out of the trend on coin. Is it going to last? We shall see. This could be a, hey, let's suck some buyers in and let's sell to them hard. Oh, we also have to look at the Barron's cover. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of this. Let's go view magazine archives. right here. Let's open a new tab. All right, so I did post this out on Twitter, also on TikTok. I do have a, you know what, let me just do this. Let me do this because this will make it easier for everyone. Where's my folder popping up? All right, so here we go. Where's it gonna open? All right, I'm gonna put this up here so that if you guys, hey, libidinous, hi. All right, all of my, if you guys want to take a, oops, just a kidding. We got to move that. There we go. If you all want to take a screenshot, this has everywhere that I'm located. So just check it out. It's Airplane Jane on TikTok, Airplane Jane Carpe Profit on YouTube, Miss Airplane Jane on Instagram, Jane Galena on LinkedIn. It's Airplane Jane on Twitter, X, and my website, carpeprofit.com. Working on the back end of updating that now. It will take you to see Jane Trade. All right, just want to post that up so you guys have that. So let's look at this. What do we see? We see blue. Blue makes me think of sea, and it also looks kind of like clouds with the lower bottom. There are 4 people, magic mirror. They look sort of like holograms, right? Smiling holograms. Actually, now I'm looking like, looks like they're 3D printed images, but why do we see the back of the real person, right? And these are all projected. So is this like in somebody's mind, that sort of stuff? And there are 6 companies to seek to replicate Warren Buffett's formula and his success. So 6, why are there only 4? Is this 4 days before we see something happen? The S&P just hit 6,000, start worrying, page 22. Start worrying makes me think, it's not happening just yet. They are trying to say it's going to happen, but, and to me, maybe in 2 weeks or 2 days with the 22 there. All right, so that's what I see for that on the cover. I always check that out. Let's also go to Forex Factory for the week. This is the regular routine that we got to check it all out this week. US. Today, 10 a.m., yellow, nothing big. Tuesday, nothing big. Wednesday, ooh-wee, CPI numbers. And again, PPI numbers on Thursday. We also have oil. And then Friday, consumer sentiment. We are a short 3 weeks away from the end of the month. 4th of July could be pivotal as well. Let's go to crypto fear and greed today. What do we have going on over there? Same at 55. And let's go to regular CNN fear and greed. Typically, these are inverse indicators. So we have a 63 there. All right. So let's look at MicroStrategy as well. It is moving up. Very similar breakout of that downward trend, but look at, I did not move those levels today, and yet that's the range that it's going to pretty much. All right, that's pretty cool. I already did the work for myself. Thank you. Somehow they are using levels that they used before. 415.02. Let's go to Coinbase. What's our level there? All right, let me shrink this down so you guys can see a bit better on TikTok. There you go. All right, and is it coming through okay on TikTok today? Let me know. And if you guys like the live stream, then share it out far and wide. Let's help others. All right, on the down list today, we have Tesla, we have Hood, 2.8 billion. We'll check our level there. We have Hood, 736 million. Jane, why do you put the float there? Well, it's a good question. I put the float there so that I know, is this going to move quickly or is this going to move slowly? If we have something that has billions in the float, that's like a really long freight train. Takes a lot of energy to move it, and maybe it's not really going to move that quickly. So I want to know that. I want to know how quickly. However, when the big guys get into it, they will typically move it and move it quickly. All right, PLTR pulling back just a hair. We are above the big money point of control. Hey, look at that. At the apex, it looks like they've made the decision to move up. So they could just be reloading here. Their point of control, 124.67. All right. Alrighty. Robin. ETF opportunities trust long hood daily. Ah, interesting. I did not know that. Ah. App lovin'. Are you loving app lovin'? It's like McLovin. What was that movie? Does anybody remember that movie, McLovin? Welcome, Big Snack Nasty. That's an interesting name. Do you talk about snacks on your Instagram? How bad they are for you, all the chemicals that are in them, and yuckiness. It was awesome. McLovin? The movie? What was that movie from? I know he's like in Vegas or something, and he makes his name McLovin. I don't remember the title of the movie, but it's a good one. Was it Vegas? No, that's Mr. Theodopoulos from National Lampoon's Vacation. That's funny. Super bad. Thank you. Thank you for the win. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's check out over here. Let's check out our other Q holdings right now. See what's going on. I feel like the Qs, they might be priming people. This list is like we're topping out a bit over here on Microsoft, but we are still below. So let's see. We'll put Microsoft on here. Could be retracing back. We're going to have that 459.65 level there. All right. So let me tweet out what we are covering, and then I'll explain to you guys who I am a bit. Let me turn up the tunes. All right. So I have been in the stock market since 2000 with the .com bubble. And I'm going to adjust this over here. Oh, I can't adjust that. Let me go unpin, and then I can adjust, and then I edit. So I've been in the stock market since 2000, and I was a Series 7 registered broker. I worked with 4 different brokers, and it was the .com era, right? So the market was booming, everything was going great. And then, yep, that ended, right? Much like the Bitcoin era is going to end. I see it 1,000 miles away, 30,000 view. Crypto is going to come to a crash. This is a, hey, everything's going to have crypto related to it, and it's going to go up, and then boom, it's just like rug pull central, right? So that's my perspective on it. In that time, I learned about margin. I learned about stock options for employees, because the WorldCom stock option office was inside of our office at Smith Barney. So it was partner with a broker of 25 years or go to culinary school in Europe. I chose culinary school in Europe. 2 years out of college, and I wanted to do something more than just be an office worker. I hate fluorescent lights, all that stuff. So if you're living that life, I feel ya. It's not for me, never has been. And so I decided, with my first layoff of my life, to go to culinary school. Then fast forward, I'm 8 months pregnant and second layoff of my life with a growing family. What am I going to do? Well, I decided to come back to trading as a day trader, learning all about it, learning about the levels. Whereas before I'd been a long-term investor, right? A swing trader, and took a, $25,000 investment to 250,000. So that said, let's get into the crypto part of it. What do I do and why am I here and how am I helping everybody? Well, to me, I'm looking, I started back in 2015 and I floundered around. At first, I started with Timothy Sykes, penny stocks, didn't work. And then I really got into paper trading and I started doing large caps and I realized, oh, this is more my style, right? Everybody has a different style, just like everybody has different sort of comfort zone with adrenaline. I was in Ross Cameron's room, never went through his training. And then he asked me to be an advocate for his training. I was like, I never went through your training. So then I did seminars, Modern Trader Summit, and I met Stephanie Cameron. I learned all about the dark pools. I interviewed her in my book. And then I was like, ooh, this is good. I got to learn more about this. So I started working with her and ended up finding something even easier, in my opinion, which is the big volume point of control. And that is going to tell us where the big money is most recently, right? Right now, we have the January level for the big money. Who's the big money, Jane? The billionaires, millionaires, hedge funds of the market. They have the biggest wallet. They can control where the position is, and then they move it from there, continuing to add along the way. But the biggest trading point where the most volume has been traded, that price, if it goes up, it was buying. If it goes down, it was selling. What is this? Ghost Town in your chat, not on our watch. Power up your stream with dogehype.com. Awesome. Thank you. Recommended dialogues. You know what? I'm actually on 5 different streams. So it's not that empty. It's just empty on Kick. I'm brand new to Kick. So thanks for that though. All right. And so the big money level is going to be where we go. It goes up above that price, it's buying. Goes below, it is selling. Roy and Kitty expose the manipulation of the stock market to the world. However, if you go against them, they're going to take your money. So let's go with them. Let's both profit together and let's rock the market. All right. So let's see, how do we use this stuff? All right. Here's the big money level for April, 103,923.52. That has not changed. And then, okay, Jane, but how do you use it for your intraday? Well, I look at the beginning of the trading day. For Forex, for crypto, for futures, it starts the night before. And then I look at that big money point of control. Here it is, 105, 648, and 03 cents. 105, 648, 03. Boom. There we go. So we have our daily, which I use more for swing trading, and intraday, I use more for day trading. All right. Now that I've given you a little summation, let's bang through this. Let's get through all of this stuff. If you all have any stocks, any crypto you'd like me to give you perspective on, you can comment on Twitter. You can comment in the chats. It will come up for me and I will add it to my list. I will go through my list and then I will go through the ones that you guys. A reminder that if anyone likes the live stream, oh yeah, Hugolino, I've got that on my list. No worries. CVS. Okay, perfect. We'll add that over here. So put it in the chat. We'll get to it. So I will go through my list and then I will go through the stocks that you guys bring to us. First, I'm starting off with crypto. Okay, so crypto daily point of control for Ethereum, 1798.05. And then Ethereum intraday 2491.90. All right, let's go to XRP. And as I always like to say, we all have opinions, good or bad. I will respect yours. I hope that you respect mine as well, right? Ooh, they changed the XRP point of control to 215. They moved that, 215.42. Interesting. All right, and the intraday point of control is 2.26. All right, let's go to Doge. So I'm just RKLB. You got it, Rocket Lab. I'm also a instrument rated pilot. So tickers and identifiers, stick with me. All right, let's go back here to April 1st. Where's our April? The blue one, 0.18121. That has not changed for Doge. Intraday, we are at 0.18148. Right there. All right. Let's go to Solana, just above that level of our daily. Intraday, sorry, daily is at 172. That has not changed. It was down at 105. So many lines. Yeah, you know what? I will explain the reason why. These are pivots and camarillas, and they act as points of entry or exit because floor traders use them. There you go. That's the reason why. 151. This is intraday, so I use that for day trading. Over here, not so much. Right? That's the bigger picture, macro view. All right. Intraday level for Solana is 151.21. Okay, so let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's create our potential day trade. We are outside all of the parameters here. If we go on up 107, let's go 107,900 here. If it goes above that, I would go to 107,950. Big money is between 105,318 today and 107,214 for 70% of their trading volume. So we would likely want to go below that over here, the 105,300 level. All right, there you go. So potential Bitcoin trade levels today, 105,300 and 107,900. Now, this intraday level does change throughout the day. So do not go, oh, Jane, you said it was here and that's it. You have to always remember proper risk management, due diligence, trade according to your trading style, right? So for Ethereum, bulk of volume is between 2477. So let's go down here below over here. I could put it right here at 24.9. Actually, let's see, 24.88. If we go 24.88, that's only $4. That's a lot of risk for $4, right? So let's go to 24.8250. All right. Below that, we have a nice potential down here to 24.58, or up above, we've got 25.50. 25.50 there. Boom. All right, there you go. 24825, 2550. All right, let's go to XRP. XRP, we were testing that 33 exponential up here. Okay. W, Hugolino, W right here on XRP. I see it. I see it. It was a little weaker on the right side here coming down to that 200 exponential. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about Wayfair? Are you giving me the ticker? Or are you talking about the pattern? My brain went to pattern. Were you talking ticker? I went somewhere else in my brain. All right. So we can see the point of control. How I teach is a W. Okay. Don't understand, but it's all good. All right. 2.225 and 2.27. Okay. So let's come on over here to the Doge. All right. Got to go up above here. If we go here, it's not that much. Let's go 0.1880. Ooh la la. 0.188. Boom, right there. Or below, we've got the bulk of volume down here at 0.18062. Let's bring this down below that Camarilla right there, 0.1805. 0.1805, 0.188. All right, let's go to Solana. All right, Solana, bulk of volume between 149.67. So if we keep it down here at 149.50, we are going to go below the 70% or above 155.30. We've got this right here. We got to go just above that. Let's go 156.50. Right there. Boom. What do I think of XPR? Don't know, but we can check it out after. Is that a crypto or is that a stock? If it's a crypto, you can see, I don't know. If it's a stock, you can see, I don't know, because I'm asking what it is. You can type it in. XPR. New York Stock Exchange? No. XPR USD. XPR network. We'll check it out. Got it. We'll check it out. Brookie, the kid. All right. So that is the crypto list for today. I will slide this over so you guys can see it. So you guys can see I am going through this whole list today, right? I'm going through this whole list. This is our crypto segment that we just did. I start off with crypto sort of to explain it. Now we're going to get into stocks, Twitter, X, YouTube. I should put all of them on there. I will do that today. All right, so let me just tweet this out. I do share it. Let me also pop that up as well while I'm doing this. So, ooh, there we go. There are my handles. If you guys are looking for me on other platforms, that is where you can find me. So there are scammers that use my face. They use my videos. So be aware of that and be cautious. All right. Let me bring this back so you guys can see the stock charts over here. Beautiful. All right. So let's get into it. Let's look at NVIDIA now. All right. NVIDIA. Oops, not that. All right. NVIDIA is coming up. We are testing former volume levels up here. So are we going to break out more? We've broken out of some downward trends. We can get rid of this trend line for now. We can get rid of this trend line. Let's throw one on down here. Boom, boom, right? I said, I think we're going to have a move by June 12th. Yep, we are following that. So here's our trend line. We've got the big money point of control, 141.67. Let's also look at the daily short volumes. Jane, what on earth are you talking about? Daily short volumes are going to be the amount. So there's volumes, long or short for trades. If you don't know what that is, then yeah, I'm setting up. I have a 22-hour course and I've got to record it. And my latest one-on-one student go through it is Julie, who I will be doing one-on-one coaching with at 10:30. So this the short sale volume, you've got a whole pie for the total volume for the day. Some people go long, they buy expecting to go up. Some people go short, expecting it to go down. When that short volume goes above 50%, there's a good chance for short squeeze. I know that we've got the shovel looking at SON. Let's see, short volume is at 46. So I don't think that it's very likely for that to be a short squeeze. It was at 61%, and this has been hovering above 50. It has had for the past 50 trading days. I do like the shape of this above $12 skyrocket. Yes. Right now we just have a bit of a downward trend. We could see maybe, but this is a nice rounded bottom on the chart overall. So it does look fairly nice. Not short squeeze ready just yet for a massive move to the upside. All right, let's look at Coinbase. Coinbase was 57% short. Big Nasty, if you go to carpeprofit.com, that will take you to my website, CJ and Trade right now. Everything is going to be updated there. So if you put in, there's a area where you can message me, you can put that in. I'm also going to be announcing it on my live stream. So if you come back and you are ready. All right. So we've got UNH, Meta, just adding these on the side, Sophie, and LMND. LMND sounds like lemonade. Oh, that's what I think in summertime, right? All right, let's go over here. NVIDIA, back to this. NVIDIA right now, bulk of the volume between 142.76 and 143.55. 143.60 is where I'm going to put it because 50 right there is too close. We also have that Camarilla. You can see there is a line right behind there. Somebody said, oh, all these lines. Well, they stop on those lines. That's why we have to go above it. We want free and clear skies, potentially clear skies, clear for takeoff, all the way up to 145.17 potentially. All right, or we go below. Over here we have 142.76. We can put it below 142.60. 142.50 is going to be stronger, and that's going to give us 30 cents. You could be more aggressive at 142.60. All right, we go. 142.50 and 143.60. Let's go to Circle. Circle has, I'm going to make this left one 45 minutes so we can see the path right here of that big money. Right now, their big money level is at 83.4, but you can see here, they've sort of been moving it up in 115. Let's see. No, 115.52. Oh, that's a 3 hour. Let's go here. 115.52. They changed it this morning. They had late trades from Friday. Those little rascals. It's all good. Okay, there's our 45-minute chart. Okay, so let's come on over here. All right, big money is between 125.20, 121. Yeah, all the way down here, 121.24. I would still put it right here, 124.50. They were pretty much buying. You can see from all the way down here, 121.15. So if we go here, there's a good possibility to come back down to 122.50. So you could have a potential short trade of $2. This one is lower float. It is brand new. Third day options are available. So it is now optionable because it has more than 8 million. All right. So Circle levels. Now caution on Circle. This one is super low float. What does that mean? Super low float means it can be life-changing in a good way or a bad way. You need to definitely, this is not a novice stock, so you need to be prepared on that one. You need to understand that it can move very, very quickly, right? So if you're not used to trading a fast stock, that's a high adrenaline junkie stock, then you need to be aware of that, right? All right, why? Okay, there we go. So 43.90, the high of their volume was 43.90 of the 70% and 40.90. So 40.90, it was right here at this resistance that it looks like they got in. So looks like we could bring it up here to 42, just below their point of control of 42.25. Maybe they sold some there or they added to go higher just below this Camarilla. And let's go 44, 42 and 44 on IonQ. I'm sorry, could you be a little bit more specific? I just changed stocks. Are you talking about IonQ? Is there any way to say how high it will go? Are you talking about IonQ? If you were to look at potential patterns, right? If we look at the depth here, call it 48.50 to 36, that's 12.50. I would add roughly a 12.50 on to up here. So potentially 60. Oh, Circle? No. CRWB, I'll add that to my list over here. We got a long list now, guys. All right, let me go through Coinbase. So Coinbase, we have a trend breakout. However, we are testing former price levels. The big money is up here at 265.25. When we see this flip below, then it's confirmation that they were buying. Until now, this is where they were selling. It looks like they continue to hold that price level on Thursday. All right, let's come over here. So big money for today between 255.68, 70% volume is between 255.68 and 257.98. So let's go 258. That was easy. And 255.50 here. If you wanted to be a bit more aggressive, you could come up tighter up to 256. Even the 33 exponential up here at 256.50. That's very close to their big money point level. Intraday, let's go daily point of control over here, 265.25. All right, Coinbase over here, 255.50 and 258. Let's go to MicroStrategy. So we're seeing, yes, Bitcoin is moving. So that means that we're going to likely always see MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Riot, Mara move as well as GBTC. There are so many ETFs for Bitcoin now. Solana is coming out, XRP is coming out. Not so much for Ethereum. So Ethereum doesn't get that bump with the new ETFs because they're just not coming out. All right, big money, 70% between 30 381.15 and 383.11. They sold at 382.97. We could bring this down here, 383.50. All right, 380.40 for potential short, and a potential long above 383.50. All right, let's bring this right here as well. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Who out there has a Tesla? Anyone watching have a Tesla? My brother has a Tesla. I just saw a Hyundai catch on fire the other day when I went to the bank. Ethereum ETF coming this summer. Awesome, Asa. I'm sure they have it in Europe. They have a lot of them in Europe before they do in the States. All right, so here we go. Big money is between 287.48 and 291.74, 70% of the volume. If we go here, we could do 291.50. It's going to give us a dollar move. Potentially up to 292.51. Now these are targets, right? And it's target practice. Entry and exits like on a map, right? That's your scheduled exit. Okay, it's coming down. They probably want to bring it down here. Let's go below here. 287. 287 and 291.50 for Tesla. 287, 291.50. And point of control is 284.90. So we are, anytime you see the green here, that's the big money level is below. Price action on the daily is moving to the upside. For the short volume, when it is greater than 50% of potential short squeeze. For the red, that means the price is above. So in general, it's trending down. Now the ones up above here for today are moving to the upside. For these, they are moving to the downside. But they can drop it down, buy more, boop, and then take it up, right? It's never straight up. It's never straight down. All right, let's go to Hood. UPST. UP. Looks good if it can break and hold. We will see. We will see. All right, I just want to write down one person's name. All right. There we go. Let's go to Robin of the Hood. Were they Robin the Hood? Maybe that's why they called it Robin Hood. Instead of helping, they just shut down the buy button with GameStop. That's really nice, right? Not. All right, so we do have 70.50 right here, but I see that the big money moved up and right here, and they've taken it higher. Oh, look, they hit the 161 exponential. So 72.60 and 70.80 there for Robin Hood. Robin of the Hood. Are they robbing the hood? The little guys. Did you ever think of that in their title? Oh yeah, Robin Hood was so good. He stole from the big guys and gave to the poor. But maybe their model's just different. All right, so you can see we've got PLTR big money level right here at roughly 126.47 over here. On the intraday, 127.80. Thanks for making it easy, guys. And 126.50 right here. 126.50 and 127.80. All right, beautiful. Let's go to App Lovin', like make lovin', from Superbad. I like Theodopolis or whatever the guy's one name was from as well, from National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. All right, 404.50 up here. Big money brought it to 404.55. They sold just above this level. If it goes above, ooh, look at that. Nice potential $5 move there. That's good. We want to see that for a $400 stop. And over here, if we go below 401, right there at the big money levels. They made it so easy. I can see why they picked those levels. All right, big money is, oops, just kidding. 367.64. Big money is below. Look at how all of the ones that are retracing today, big money is still below. All right, let's go to Microsoft. Mr. Soft. All right, big money is below us. Looks like a topping out pattern. If we go below 465.25, below this 8 EMA, I would see a reversal. We saw big money come in right over here, which is why it flipped to that position. Then once we went above, boom, we don't see descending volume too much right here. So for now, the trend is the same. All right, right here, 469.60. Big money levels are between 468.90 and 469.59. Let's bring it on over here, 468.50. Below the 425 there. All right, 468.50 and 469.60. All right, let's go through your list quick. This can be rapid fire now. So SOUN, we already looked at it on the daily. We've got this nice rounded bottom. It does look like it could have potential, but let's even blur it out a little bit more. 3 days. So we can see that we've got this sort of move, right? We have a cup handle. So when it breaks out here, potential to move up. It's not there yet. You got to wait for the confirmation. Otherwise, you could get burned. We are above the bigger money levels right down here, 962. So if you wanted to get in, I would use 950 as a potential exit zone. All right, let's go to CVS. And I should preface it as well by saying, hey, if you guys are shouting out, are you looking for day trades? Are you looking for swing trades? So this one, fairly similar. We do have a W pattern. We also have an ascending triangle. We also have a cup and handle. So this one is looking fairly bullish. We have the big money at 62.63 right there. If you're looking for day trades, not a lot of volume this morning, up above 64, or potential short trade, I would say below 63.60. No, it's too tight. 63.20. So you'd have to go pretty much the whole range. 63.20, you've got a nice 30-cent trade or a nice trade right there. All right, let's go to Rocket Lab. Looking for swing trade. Okay, awesome. It's looking fairly good on that. So Rocket Lab, we have a gap up. They sold earlier this morning. Looks like they brought it down to test this gap right here at 29.94. Rocket Lab, is this a day trade or swing trade? Because if this pulls back, it might go to 28.91 and then continue higher. For the intraday, big money up above 31, or stay below 30.20. All right, let's keep going. XPR network over here. All right, XPR network. Let's put on some points of control over here. Let's go to April 1st. I like to do it from the quarters for cryptos and Forex and commodities. Hello. Oh, there's no volume on it. That's why. Just kidding. I need one. Okay, let's go crypto. XPR, USDT, Qcoin. All right, so big money. Oh, it's very low priced. Right now, they seem to be bouncing it off of that 161 and 200. So I would use that as a longer term trend, but we are right now below overall the big money point of control right here. So until it goes above this price level, the 0.0037042, I would say it's potentially a short. All right, let's go to UNH. UNH big money level is at 379 and 319. We are above that at 305. You can see I pretty much have it somewhat mapped out of that range that I'm looking for it to go outside of. You could tighten this a bit to right there, 313.50 or below 290.56. I would like to wait for confirmation. They are consolidating right now. Boring price action means positioning. Got it. Let's go to Meta. All right, Meta over here. We have big money down at 639.99. We are topping out, potential for it to retrace today down to 691 area or above. We're inside candle today. So that's looking like it might go sideways at the moment. It would need to break out, I'd say up above 701. We're hanging around the 700 level, round number, price selling at 700. So it needs to close above 700 for continued move to the upside. Boom. Let's go on to Sophie. All right, Sophie, double top test. Go back here. We've got an inverted head and shoulders looking pretty strong. Let's go 9 to a 1380. We'll call that 14. So that's $5 potential move long term up to 19. Intraday trade fairly narrow here. Would be a bit harder, lower priced. I would have to put it 1450, but you got 5 cents, so you'd have to go above that 1460. It's got to make the move to get outside, also form a resistance level, then look for the 15 or below over here. Short trades are not looking super hot. Very tight levels right here. I'd have to go below 1406. All right, let's continue. Lemonade. I don't think that's what it's called. Maybe it is. Is that what it's called? Oh, all stocks. All. Boom. It is called lemonade. Huh. Look at that. Is this low float? All right, 58 million. This one does have potential. Let's check out our short volume on it. Lemonade, 55% total volume. This is looking fairly nice. You want to catch the longs on the upward swing. Right here is a cup and handle breakout. This would have been a nice entry right here. And it's continuing to move to the upside. Beautiful. If we were to look at that depth, 25 to 33, that's 8 points. So 8 off of 31. I would look for the 39. So it might reverse here based off of that cup and handle map out. However, if it can close up above, there's a good chance you could see this move higher. It is lower float, so be cautious on that, right? So I put it up above 40.60 for potential trades to the upside today, or let's go here. Potential short trade below 40.20. All right, let's look at CRWV, and then we're going to do the indexes quick. All right, CRWV, big money's down here, 118.37. Day trade for CRWV up above 149 or below 143.50 right here. Boom. All right, let's go to UPST. UPST, Upstart Holdings. This has 82 million in the float. I don't have any points of control on here. Bear with me. Trading blind without it. Well, you can see what the chart shows you, but it's also nicer to see what they've done with their money. So their price level is 47.37 and 47.09. So right now you got big money below. We are above all of the crazy moving averages. Let's just put a 425 on there. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This one. Okay, we're above everything, so that's good. That's bullish, in my opinion. We can see that they sold up here at 88. We might find more resistance right here at 67. This does look like it has a nice potential move to it, maybe on up, probably over here to a test at the 63 range, maybe 61.50. All right, let's get into the indexes. Let's wrap it up for today. These levels are not accurate, so hope you guys did not use those levels. I hope nobody took that. All right, let's look at the Dow. Did they change their price levels? 422.66 over here. 422. They changed that again. 422.96 and 425.40. So we are above everything. So that's looking bullish with a nice close above on Friday. Testing a former price resistance over here for the intraday day trade on the Dow. Bulk of the volume between 428.78 and 428.79. Okay, they kept, or 429.16. So let's go 429.20. No, let's go 429.40 up here, or below 428.60. 428.60 and 429.40. All green, we are above the big money. All right, over here, Qs are breaking out. We have a gap trade right now. The Russell 2000 stocks, pretty good measure of the market. If this is reversing and moving to the upside, they did move it all the way down from 226 down here. So maybe they're going to bring it back up to 226. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see a new high on the Russell. Put it right here, 214 or below 213.20. All right, let's go to the Qs. All right, so 530.60 here or below 529.80. 529.80 and 530.60. Okay, they did not change the levels. Well, 519.99 and 519.93. I brought it up 6 cents. Okay, and the SPY, we're above 589.38. It's the same, and 590.40. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go 60-40. Sounds like a 60-40 copy. Yeah, I already did it. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. All right, so we could go here, 590. Let's do 599.50 right there. So you're going to see it in just a second. I'm going to show it to you. I know we don't have the horizontal on. All right, here we go on TikTok. There is the list. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Let's see if I can do it like this. There you go. If you want to take a screenshot, ready, 3, 2, 1, screenshot, boom. Okay, so that is the list for today. I hope you guys have an amazing, you try to learn on YouTube, but I end up doing Robinhood's AI management of funds. Sounds good, Cyber 3 Fit. You can learn yourself. I'm here every day, 8:15 on 5 different streaming platforms. So you guys have my watch list. Let's put this up as well. Boom, right there. If you guys want to follow me, just kidding. Why did it do that? It's annoying setup of my computer. No, I don't want that. Just give it to me right here. Let's go like this. Let's shrink this a bit. Computer systems. Sometimes they have a mind of their own. I don't know. I got to eliminate that setting. It's like it auto moves everything for me. All right, let's move this out of the way. So I hope you guys have an amazing trading day. I am here live every morning, 8:15 to help you guys. If you all want to learn more, trading education at carpayprofit.com. My book about, I have to wait for Google to approve my book for sale on Google Books about the big money volume point of control. It's $11 to help you guys read it, set it up. So not anything to break a bank and enough to give you some education. If you want more, check out my website. Great, amazing things coming in the pipeline, working on the back end. Don't just have a good day, have a great day. Carpet Profit sees those profits one